So my girlfriend and I went to the Cradle of Humankind, the Sterkfontein Caves. This was the entrance. My girlfriend and I looked super happy to be there. We were super excited. This is us putting our gear on for our hard hats so we can go into the caves and don't get rocks falling on our heads. This is the walk to the cave. Pretty interesting. The guide was really good at his job. He knew exactly what he was wanting to say. And yeah, let's listen to what he has to say.
It was found in 1947 by Dr. Robert Broom, and then the name Mrs. Place has actually been shortened. The full name for the fossil is Plesioanthropus transvalensis. It means the human of the Transvaal. It's the common ancestor for both apes and humans, but they are still debating about it. According to the sediments where it was discovered, they lived from 8 million years to 4 million years ago. That's why they went extinct. And those who adapted onto new environment evolved to the Australopithecine, Paranthropus robustus, and other apes. Paranthropus robustus were actually the distant ancestors of Australopithecine, and it means parallel to apes and parallel to humans. So from 4 million years, they coexisted till 2 million years ago. That's where they died out. And about 1.8 million years back, that's when the Homo genus emerged. We know that we are the Homo sapiens, right? Yeah. So we basically started from the handy man, Homo habilis, about 1.8 million years back. Now, like I said, Australopithecine had a small brain that was about the size of an orange, which is about 450 cubic centimeter of the brain size. So as they evolved to the Homo genus, the brain went big to 600 and 700 cubic centimeter. That's why they started to have knowledge of making use of stone tools. Over time, they evolved to the Homo erectus and Homo erectus, where they started to control fire.
And the guide showed us a sundial of how the miners used to tell time while they were in the caves.
Guys, that we only target for fossils. We call it breccia. That is a Latin name. It means broken pieces. So breccia was covered with lime, and miners didn't know that underneath is breccia. So they only blasted the rock. That's where they started to see or find fragments of fossils.
Okay, now we're getting into the more exciting stuff. This is the entrance into the cave. We head down these stairs, then we get under this very low entrance, going down the stairs into the entrance of the cave. At first glance, it looked pretty creepy. Once you're inside, it's a really cool experience, which I really recommend doing. And very beautiful, very interesting. The guide knows his stuff, like I said, and very cool. And there were lots of steps. When I say you are going to do a lot of steps, there are lots of steps. So the guide actually says during the time, he says you guys are going to do a lot of exercise, which he's not joking about.
We call it the Silverback Grotto. Was named after the person who was stealing fossils. It's South Africa. It is an active site where the full skeleton of Littlefoot was found, and then was found by Professor Ron Clark in 1994. And then it took the professor more than 20 years to remove the skeleton from rocks, and also be easily eroded by acidic water. See, when it rains, the water will seep through the cracks and dissolves calcium carbonate, forming stalactites.
Oh, guess what? Yes, we're going down more stairs. Yes, we go very far underground. All this shiny stuff on the walls. I can't remember what the guide said it is, but no, it's not diamonds. He does explain that if it was diamonds, he would be rich.
Here the rock formation, guys, that looks like an elephant. This is like a trunk. See the ears? And that other one. There's also a small tusk there. Can you see the tusk? Yeah. And there are two front legs. Can you see the legs? And then it also looks like an African continent. And then the white stuff it's covered with is limestone, guys. A type of rock miners were here for. And then on top, we see stalactites. Can you see? Please come close from back. Please move close. Can you see the stalactites there? On top? Now, for 1 centimeter of stalactite to grow, it takes about 100 years. See, If those were diamonds, I would have been long gone.
Okay, now we carry on with the walk down into the cave, going deeper and deeper, down under.
You see that? We see stalactites up here. Can you see that? Then some on top. It's because of miners, guys. They destroyed about 90% of stalactites and stalagmites here. We don't have nice, good-looking ones. They, when they get water, that drips from the ceiling to the edge of the top. So for example, see. Then, if we check that side, we actually see that the cave is tilted to the side. You see the rocks are not in an absolute position, but in an angle. There is a place, ladies and gentlemen, it is in Free State. We call it Vredefort Dome. It is about 270 to 300 kilometers from here.
And this is an underground lake that is formed over the years. And he was telling us that a diver went down to see the depth of how deep it was. And it turns out 42 years ago, in 1984, he did not make it. He couldn't find his way back. He went down the wrong path and unfortunately he passed. So here's a little short clip of myself and my girlfriend walking in the caves, loving life underground, you know what I'm saying, and lots of walking, and this is another cool spot, really cool and aesthetic. My girlfriend got to touch the water, because that's when the water rised over the years, and really cool, like for photos.
All these guys are actually from outside. Used to be an opening there, so they came in over time. And then the shiny particles you see there, that's calcium carbonate. As it drips from the ceiling to the debris, it will calcify everything. So we only target this type of rock, guys, or fossils. We don't even need those advanced equipment to scan if maybe there will be fossils or not. So we know where there's pressure, there will be fossils.
Yeah, and guess what, guys? More stairs. Yeah, we are debating life at this point because everyone has just come to a standstill because they realized that they are walking up hundreds of stairs. Very small crevices now, so each cave or each little stretch gets a bit smaller. Some people go on all fours, it's depending on how tall or pretty much big you are. You're pretty much getting on all fours, or you're crawling, or you're sliding through. And this staircase is very steep. Some people look like a firefighter going down because it's so steep. I bumped my head a few times on these rocks, to be honest. I think it was twice. And yeah, but at the end of the day, you're going down, but you always got to get up, you know. What goes down must come up. And guess what? Check. You guys are going all the way down into, like that guy in the front, he's crawling. And we get a little tight crevice now. And we're getting through. We look like we are stalking. And we get under. And, oh, my girlfriend bumped her head. And, yeah, now my girlfriend's like very satisfied with the wet rock. And she was like, ooh, baby, look there. And now we're getting to more stairs. Oh my goodness. You know how many stairs, you know how many steps we did? We did like so many steps. It was crazy. And this was one of the spots in the cave where the rock formations were the highest. Like your voice would echo inside here. Even if a small little drop of water hit the ground, you would hear it. Now we're getting to pretty much the end of our trip inside the caves. And we see our first bit of light, first bit of civilization. But like I said, I fully recommend going to this Sterkfontein Caves, Cradle of Humankind. If you put it into your directions or your Google Maps or whatever, you will find it. I can promise you that. And yeah, I fully recommend it. And yeah, enjoy. And with this sculpture, the guide will explain it soon. Pretty much if you rub its nose, it gives you good luck. And after a whole hour, first signs of life.
And then the exercise, how was it? Good. You see, when I came here last April, I was big like this. This is out there. And then the statue there is of Philip Tobias, the professor who started with the 6th grade method of excavation. and then it was stolen, guys. The time the site was closed, the Zamazamas came here and they stole it. Thinking it's made of gold. Zamazamas are actually illegal miners, guys. Alright? So they came for the statue. And then this is Dr. Robert Broom, the one who found Mrs. Place. So normally people brush their nose for good luck before they go, or the hand for wisdom. But we actually need to touch one. If you touch both, you stuck here with me. Yeah, you're not going back home. We draft the contract for you.
So you did the same mistake before.
Sorry. Yeah, some did the same mistake and then
Yeah.
they didn't go home. Right, and then Mrs. Place, guys, was actually on top there. Yes, now if you wanna go to see the site, when you go out there, you tell them to follow the boardwalk, it will take you to the site.
So when we decided to leave, we just went to the statue and my girlfriend decided to rub the nose a little bit for luck. We went up the stairs, went onto the boardwalk where the guy said the site was. Unfortunately, I did not get the site on film. One reason, because you guys have to find out and go look for yourselves, I guess. But other than that, the boardwalk was very scenic. You get to look at a nice view, get on a little trail, a nice bit of a extra walk back to where we parked the car and back to where we started. But before that, we went to the preparation laboratory, which is where some of the fossils and stuff were found inside the cave where we were walking. And this is some of the stuff that was there. Really interesting, really cool. And in the laboratory, it's not all the fossils that were found. There was actually a museum that we're going to see just now, where most of the fossils that were found that are in here. So right now we're in that museum, which is in the beginning of where we started from, and you get like the saber-toothed tiger and all of that, and what the caves look like and what they do and all the information. And also there is I don't know if it's a replica or if it's actually the bones, but it's Mrs. Bletz. She is there. Her bones or her skeleton is there, which is really cool. And also lots of other fossils to be seen inside here. And also like what the humans, or should I say apes, used to look like millions of years ago. The saber-toothed tiger and the skulls of many millions of years ago. And then how the human body has evolved over the years. And like I said, I really recommend coming here to come visit this place. Really, really cool. It is a World Heritage Site after all, and really good adventure. And this is the video. Thanks for watching.